Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is of course only me again, and thank you all so much for tuning back in for another metal detecting video. So this week I have come to a brand new permission, but it isn't my permission, it's actually one of my friend's permission, and he has very kindly invited me to come over and do some metal detecting on it. Now, the fields that we're on today are usually ploughed regularly. However, this year they've let them into grass, but luckily the grass has recently been cut and topped, so it's nice and short, which of course means we're going to be able to get our coil nice and low to the ground and hopefully find some good things. My friend has had some absolutely amazing bits from this permission. However, it is very hit and miss, and of course that's metal detecting. We never know if we're going to find anything good, but you've got to be in it to win it, and today we are certainly going to be in it. So that leaves me to say thank you all so much for watching my videos. It really does mean the world to me. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you like metal detecting videos. This channel uploads regularly and there's going to be plenty of content for you to watch in the comfort of your own home. And do drop this one a thumbs up as well. That helps the channel grow. But that is the talking out of the way. Let's hope we can find something really, really good today. And of course, as we do, you're going to see it first on the video. I will see you all on the very first hole. It's that time of the morning where we have come down on our very first find of today, and it's nothing great. It's just a little buckle fragment. It's not really even a very old buckle fragment, but a buckle fragment is a buckle fragment, and it's the right type of metal as well. So this is a little copper alloy fragment. It's obviously quite broken because this field does get ploughed, and ploughed fields are notorious for broken finds, or artifacts I believe they like to be called, because yep, the plough comes along, not only does it churn the soil up, but it absolutely demolishes anything that's sort of small and delicate in the field as well. But it's the right type of metal. These are the ones we want to be digging. Just so happens the first one, it's just a buckle fragment. Okay, so we have just had find number 2, and my goodness, this thing absolutely screamed out of the ground. It was pretty much lying near the top, and I'm really gutted because I've nicked it with the spade. Can you see that there? What an idiot. Because yeah, it's a really interesting little item. So it's obviously made of copper alloy. It's got some sort of decorative features on the front here by means of 2 holes. It's got a little circle thing with possibly like a flower in the middle of it as well. And of course it's got this arm which came up here, possibly another arm which came up here, so it would have been really decorative on that side, and you can pretty much guarantee it would have been mirrored on this side as well. But I don't know what it is. I have absolutely no idea. It does have this kind of little nodule poking out of the back here, which might be an indication as to what this once was, but unfortunately that's about as far as it goes for me. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be anything of sort of historical value, because I scraped it with my spade. I hardly ever do that, so really gutted about that. But you never know, it could just turn out to be a piece of junk, and in which case I will scrape it with the spade all day long. But there we are, there's that one. What do you think this is? I have absolutely no idea. So we've got another target in the field today, and have a listen to this one, guys. It is an absolute stunning little target. Today I am using the Legacy program. Been going along this field. It's quite a hot field. There's lots of little sort of bits of iron, possibly coke in here as well. But this one is a complete stop you in your tracks target. Have a listen. Just have a listen to how clean that is. I mean, that is just an absolutely wonderful little target. Hopefully it's going to be something good, but of course we've got to dig it out to find out. So let's do that. Now, whatever this target is, it does sound relatively big. So I'm hoping it's not going to be a piece of lead or something like that, but it does mean we're going to have to dig a reasonable size hole to get this one out. And yeah, hopefully we don't hit it with the spade again. Okay, so it has come out. And what do we have? What do we have? Of course it is. It's a massive piece of lead. A high conductor, but totally the wrong type of target. So this is exactly how making metal detecting videos online goes. You get an amazing signal and you think, do you know what, I'm going to do a live dig. And you dig it and it turns out to be absolute rubbish, i.e. a big chunk of lead. Then you walk along about 5 or 6 steps, get another really nice target, and you go, I'm not even going to bother filming this one because it's probably going to be another piece of lead. It was another really sweet little signal. And lo and behold, it's not. We have just gone and found a hammered coin on my friend's permission, and it looks like a really, really interesting one too. Now, what's really interesting is that this coin wasn't very deep at all. And I dug the hole, went over it with my coil, and it just disappeared. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was scratching around everywhere trying to find it, and it literally had just vanished. And then I happened to look on top of my spade, and something was stuck on top of my spade which was shining at me. It was such a wonderful little moment. But guys, come in, let's take a closer look at this one. It does look like a really nice little coin, and hopefully we can get some detail from it as well. So this is the wonderful little shiny thing that I saw stuck to the top of my spade. And it wasn't until I saw that side that I thought, oh wow, this is a medieval coin. And not only is it a medieval coin, it's a voided long cross penny. Look at that. Or sorry, a voided short cross, because you can see the cross used to be in the center. And then what was happening was that people were taking away bits of the outside, so they decided to redesign the cross so that the cross went all the way from edge to edge, and they were the long crosses. But this one is a really stunning little voided short cross penny. And let's just have a look who's on it, because, oh wow. Do you know, in all the years I've been metal detecting, I have probably only found about 3 short cross pennies, and they've all been bent and buckled. In fact, I remember finding one completely bent in half. It looked like somebody had bent it in half and then driven over it with a steamroller. That is how bent in half it was. But this one is going to be special, because look at that awesome little portrait. This is easily going to date to the 1100s. I would imagine this could be like a John or possibly even a Stephen, but they all date to around the 1100s, so it's very much a broad medieval penny. It's slightly worn on this side, but I am not going to sniff at that. That is an absolutely wonderful little coin. My friend said that he has had some wonderful things in here, including medieval coins, some Roman coins, and also some Celtic coins as well. So I was very excited to come here, but within the first hour to come down on a lush medieval penny like this is just so lucky. So honestly, that for me is job done. I am so happy to find something with this much historical relevance and with that much detail as well. It's a really, really special little find. And as I said, very rare for me. I don't find many of them where I normally go detecting as well. So if that's what the day brings already, you better stay tuned, because hopefully it's going to be a lot more decent stuff to show you as well. So our next target in the field is not a lovely silver shiny hammered coin. However, it is a huge buckle. Take a look at that. That is an absolute whopper. It's a huge round belt buckle for sure. On this side you can obviously see where the leather belt would have gone through there, and it was very likely that this was worn on the waist somewhere, but not really too sure how old it is. I don't think it's tremendously old. Probably could stretch back as far as maybe the 1800s or something like that, but more than likely sort of early 1900s I would say. But it's an absolute corker and an amazing signal on the DS2 as well. But let's keep going. Hopefully we can find some more nice shiny artifacts. Well, if you want to see something super interesting come out of the ground, take a look at this. Now this was just the most ear-bursting signal, and I really didn't think it was anything good at first, but I've kind of scrubbed it off a little bit, and I really don't know if this is coming through on the camera, but there is some type of shield or something going on the front of it. There also appears to be some writing that goes around the outside as well, and if you look, it's got a hole at the top and a hole at the bottom, or what I presume is the top and the bottom. Could very easily be the left and the right side as well. But interestingly, if you turn it over, and I haven't cleaned this side off as well yet, but it's also got very similar sort of decoration on this side too. So it's really interesting. I think this probably would have been flat, or it may very well have been curved and it would have fixed to something, maybe like a wooden pole or something like that. But it's really thick, and you know, you could easily think that this was some type of coin or something like that. But if it wasn't for these two holes, I would have said definitely a coin or a token. But I am leaning towards this one being more of a sort of decorative plaque of some kind. But it's really, really nice. I just couldn't tell you really how old it was. I'm gonna hazard a guess and say that it's probably sort of 1800s, but that really is a guess. Have any of you found anything like this before? What do you think it is? Is it something old? Is it something decorative? Who knows? But please let me know down below in the comments, and of course I will try and clean this up the best I can and put a picture of it on the video for you. But it's just another really interesting find in this permission. So yeah, what a great day so far, but we've got loads of targets to go yet, so let's get cracking and dig some more holes. So our next find is a absolutely lovely little thimble. Have a look at that. That has got to be a relatively early thimble. It just has to be. I mean, you can generally date thimbles by the size of the holes and the shape of them as well. I wouldn't have said that this is a beehive thimble. Beehive thimbles were named beehive thimbles simply because the shape of them resembled a little beehive. but this is undoubtedly a thimble type shape, so it's a lot more modern. I would still say that this is probably quite an old find, but maybe again dating to that weird kind of plaque tokeny type thing that we found, maybe sort of 1800, something like that. But I am no thimble expert at all. I really do like finding them though, because they're just very personal little items, aren't they? They can, you know, easily sort of be traced back to people that were in the field sewing bags and repairing clothes and all of those sorts of things. So yeah, thimbles were an absolutely treasured item back in the day, but you know, usually these days you don't really see many of them. So it's an absolute pleasure to find one in the field, that is for sure. Yep, that's another awesome little find in this permission today. We've been so lucky with the weather as well, because it did say it was going to be raining a little bit, but we haven't had any rain yet. So, you know, we've been finding amazing artifacts in the ground and coins and things like that. Now we've just had a really, really nice little thimble, and we've stayed dry. So doesn't get much better than that, does it? Let's keep pushing on. Oh wow. So we've been metal detecting now for probably about 5 to 6 hours, and we've been jumping around from field to field just trying to see if there's any hot spots around. We are probably about 3 or 4 fields away from that field where I had that really nice short cross medieval penny earlier, and we've just been walking up and down just to see what we can find. Some really nice bits have come out, and I've just found something which is equally just as nice. I think what I have in my hand is a little Roman coin, and I love finding these. Honestly, these will never ever get old for me. Probably just as much as, you know, the silver hammered coins and things like that. There's just something about picking out a coin from the ground that's 2,000 years old, that was dropped by a Romano British person, and yeah, coming along all these years later and picking it up for yourself. So what can I tell about this one? Well, it's definitely got some nice detail on there. It hasn't been sort of corroded by the ground very much, and you can see on one side that there is most certainly a head on there, but I don't think it's a radiate style head. I think this is a little bit before that, so it's very likely going to be sort of late 1st into the mid 2nd century, something like that. But I really don't want to clean it up any more than what you can see on the camera, because of course I might ruin all of the details that are left on this absolutely gorgeous little coin. And of course on the back you can see the depiction there of, well, it looks like 2 people or 2 deities or gods stood holding a staff each as well. So what a tremendous little bronze coin that is, and it's such a pleasure to see it in all of its glory and for it not to be completely damaged too. So what an awesome day this has been. So that's just another amazing find in the bucket list for today. As I said, the chap that invited me to come and metal detect here, he's had loads of stuff like this all around these fields, and they have been ploughed in the past, so it's likely that you're going to find more stuff, but just another awesome find. But we've probably got about an hour left before it gets dark. You can probably see the sun shining on my face as it's coming down through to the horizon right now. So let's crack on, let's see if we can get anything else whatsoever, and of course I will keep you posted. So I've just had another target in this field, and I'm not sure if somebody's trying to tell us something here, because this seems to have the word Pratt's on it. So this little find could be something, or it could be absolutely nothing at all, but it is made of copper alloy, and yeah, it just gave such a nice sounding target. But I don't know, I'm a bit undecided by this one, because it could be a button, because it's kind of concaved on this side, and then on the other side it has this here, which of course could well have held like a button shank or something like that at some stage, but I don't know, it just looks really, really old. It's as I say, it's got a lot of bronze in there, not too much sort of copper, so it could be something, but I'm going to have to put this one out to you. What do you think this is? Yeah, bit of an unexplained one, that one, but it's a really, really nice target, and hopefully we're going to get something a little bit older. We've got about half an hour left, so let's keep pushing on. So we are now at the end of this week's video, but I just want to say thank you all so much for coming along for the day, and I really hope you've enjoyed seeing those wonderful bits come out of the ground. This permission has just been an absolute awesome place to come and do some detecting. There's so much history around here, and I'm absolutely sure there's going to be so much more to come out, 100% guaranteed. I'm really happy to get that really nice medieval silver penny, and of course a nice Roman coin and other little bits and bobs as well. That's what the hobby's about. You've got to be out there, you've got to be in it to win it, and I'm so glad I came out today, and it hasn't rained as well, so what an absolute bonus that's been too. But that leaves me to say thank you all so much for watching again. Don't forget, hit subscribe if you like videos like this, because I'm going to be putting out a video every single week for you to enjoy. And of course, if you've liked the video and you've enjoyed seeing me pull out the finds today, do drop me a thumbs up as well. But I've got a bit of a drive back. I will catch all of you on the very next hole.